Modric spent his first 6 years of his life with his grandpa in the mountains. His grandpa showed him all kinds of lessons, like how to protect yourself, how to hunt, and many more. In 1991, the war took a new spin. Serbian militants known as the Chetniks have entered Croatia, going from town to town, forcing everyone to get out of their homes, or if they didn't get out, they would end their lives. When they arrived into Luka's town, his grandfather was outside leading his sheep towards a pasture, until he heard gunshots. During this tragic event, Luka and his family were at home, hearing those gunshots. After finding the grandpa's body, the family decided to leave everything behind and run. A relative who stayed home informed Luka's family that the troops had found their home, which they set on fire and placed landmines on it. When Luka's family finally made it to the coast, they headed to the hotel Kolovare, which had become a refugee center. His dad went on and got a job as a mechanic, while Modric got the chance to be enrolled in his first youth club, Sadar NK. After some time, the bombing restarted and fear came back. They had to escape every time into underground shelters to survive. Although in these tough situations, Luka didn't give up. When football practice didn't get cancelled, he was always committed to go. With his family's difficult financial problems, he didn't have proper gear to play with. His father made him shin pads out of wood. At 10 years old, he started to have big opportunities. He traveled to Hajduk, where they immediately said that this boy couldn't see him go anywhere. A really tough statement for a 10-year-old, but Modric didn't still give up. He seized another opportunity now. His local coach took him to Zdravko Mamić, who at the time was only a football agent, but has now come to being the most influential man in Croatian football. Luka trusted Mamić and went on to his first ever transfer to Dinamo Zagreb, at only 15 years old. He was housed with two roommates who were in almost the same situations as Luka. They became really close to each other until the bad news came. They were getting loaned out to Zrinjski Mostar in the Bosnian League, which is a league known to be so punishing that when clubs wanted to get rid of players, they would just send them there. Despite Modric being known for not being the most physical player, he became the one who saved the club from relegation. He even went on and got the league's best player award, despite being 18. Zagreb sent him to another loan, now to Inter Zaprezic, a smaller Croatian team. While Zagreb had one of the worst seasons, Modric has one of his best, being the Young Player of the Year. Once the season was over, Modric finally got his first bit of money, and he didn't even hesitate to the idea of buying a flat in Zadar so his family could finally live comfortably again. In the next 3 years, Modric paired up with many players like Eduardo da Silva and many others to lead Dinamo Zagreb to win the league every year. Modric has won Player of the Year award twice. With his amazing stats in the last season, he was attracting interest from Barcelona, Arsenal and Manchester City. He chose to sign with Tottenham for 16.5 million, which is the team's most expensive signing at the time. He had a pretty bad start in the beginning, because he had an injury in his knee, and Tottenham was not having the best performance, and they lost 9 matches out of 10. But after a bit of time, a new coach arrived, Harry Redknapp. He instantly fell in love with Modric's playstyle, and he built the team around him, which turned up their performances. They won 9 matches out of 10. Modric faced tough times again. He broke his leg, which is gonna take a lot of time to recover. Although these difficult situations, Modric kept training and focusing. His coach even said he's a manager's team, trains like a demon and never complains. He could get in any team in the top 4. Once Tottenham qualified for their first Champions League, Luka Modric paired up with Gareth Bale, which would go on and defeat Inter Milan and AC Milan, 2 big Italian clubs. At this time, Modric wants to join Chelsea by literally forcing the transfer by not playing his first match of the season. He continued this season with Tottenham and now got transferred to Real Madrid for 30 million compared to 40 million Chelsea bid. Real Madrid was led by Mourinho at the time, where he led them to pretty good season runs. But here's the real problem. Real Madrid already had a solid midfield, composed of Khedira, Ozil and Xabi Alonso, so there was no space for Modric. So Modric was played out of position where he only got 1 goal and 1 assist. People were saying that he was the worst signing for Real Madrid, but he's gonna go on and prove them wrong. Second half of El Clasico, Modric goes into the game and assists a goal and scores the winning goal. And that is where people saw his talent. And there starts the legacy of Luka Modric under Carlo Ancelotti and Zidane, where he will get 5 Champions League and 1 Ballon d'Or, competing with Messi and Ronaldo's dominance. After all the hard time, hard work and dedication, Modric went to be one of the best midfielders of the world. This story teaches us that with perseverance and hard work, we can all reach success. Thanks for watching. If you're a Madrid or Barca fan, go check out my new merch I just launched. I worked really hard for it, so go check it out. But other than that, see ya later in another video.